And then down here at the bottom, live. So now everything that I'm saying is being recorded on YouTube. It's being broadcasted live on YouTube. And anybody with my YouTube channel can actually join in right now and view this in real time. And so this is a powerful thing if you're doing this with another teacher, because now you have multiple students in different classes viewing this. And then I push that screen down, and now every single thing that I do is recorded. So if you're doing a microscope lab and the microscope is being projected on the screen, it's recording that for you. If you are, does anybody use Doceri at all? Doceri is a tool that goes along with iPads. If you have an Android device, you can use Splashtop, but it allows you to write on the screen. Wait, maybe. There we go. It allows you to write on the screen and annotate. And so if you're actually doing like a PowerPoint and you have the kids work problems out, all of that's recorded for your students to see at home as well in real time. Okay. And if you don't, at that product, it's called Doceri, D-O-C-E-R-I-I. Doceri. Oh, there it is down here. I use the trial version. It gives you 30 days to try it out. But you can keep trying it out after 30 days. It just keeps popping up with a, hey, don't forget to buy this if you want it. It just keeps popping up. Now, let's say that the beginning of your first recording was great, but towards the end of the lesson, it didn't go very well. Like there were kids goofing around, and maybe there was glitches on your computer, and it wasn't going very well. And then the second period, the ending went perfect, but the beginning didn't. You can mash up those two recordings into one by using the video editor. Hope somebody found the broadcast. There we go. Does my voice really sound like that? Man, that's ridiculous. When I do presentations in smaller rooms, I hand out earplugs to the front row. No, it's perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit go over to my YouTube channel and show you how to edit. And it's super easy. It's a built-in editor from YouTube. And it takes anything that you personally own that you placed on YouTube, allows you to pick and choose from any of those to create one video that you want. So under YouTube, click on the waffle. Come on, waffle. There we go. You would go to the same location, the upload button, where we found the 4 tools that we saw before, the webcam capture, the slideshow creator, the Google Hangout starter, and then finally, it's either my Mac super slow or the internet super slow right now. Any questions on anything, any ideas, anything that you do in your class similar to this, or any ideas of how you would use this in your class? Yeah, I'm having a difficult time getting on YouTube as well. It's got to be. Oh, okay. So that's a very good question. So for me, YouTube is blocked for my students as well. And so I do post all of my videos on my website and YouTube, and I said, well, you're going to have to watch them at home. But what I've been doing is I've been downloading all of my videos that I've created, and I've placed, and you can do one big old batch download. You don't have to do one at a time. You could download them, and you can download them directly into your Google Drive. And now in your Google Drive, Google saves it as a Google video. Same quality as YouTube, but now you own it on your video, and you share that folder with your students as view only. And they can view any of them at school now right off your thing. And because remember, you have unlimited storage. You have unlimited storage. So under upload, I would go down to video editor. And now you have access to every video that you've created. You also have access to Creative Commons videos. So any video on YouTube that is not labeled as copyrighted will be available to you as well to use in your class. You can also add photos to it. So let's say that you're talking and your slideshow, your Google presentation you're giving is stuck on the same slide and you're like, man, that's kind of boring for the kids. Well, then you could actually throw in pictures where that slide would be while you're talking. So you're still talking in the background, but you're adding in pictures. So you can add pictures. You can add music. So this is all Creative Commons music, so it's not copyrighted. And some of you may have discovered that when your students upload videos to YouTube and they use music from a known artist, it gets blocked. So these songs will never get blocked because they're all Creative Commons songs. You can add transitions to any of your videos. So just like you would in iMovie, I mean, it's not as bells and whistly as iMovie, but you can still add transitions from one video to the next, from one transition to the next. And then this is the good one as well, you can add text to your already made videos. So let's say there's a part in the video that you know is gonna be on the exam. Then while you're talking in big, bold letters, you say, listen to this. It's gonna be on the exam. And it's right there for them to see. Okay? And those are called annotations. And so you can make these videos. Another problem I've discovered is sometimes when I talk in my class, we go on and on and on and on. We maybe go off on a different tangent. I don't want those in. We can cut those tangents out and only put in the relevant information. Also, there's been a study on YouTube about videos being watched. 20% of those, only 20% of those videos over a minute get watched completely when it's labeled education. So educational videos, if it's over a minute, only 20% of the people who watch them all the way through. The majority stop after 10 seconds. But if you take that exact same video and cut it down to 59 seconds, it's watched all the way through 90% of the time. Okay? If it was 101, not gonna be watched. 59 seconds, it's gonna be watched. So you can actually cut your video into 59-second segments, and you can add a thing at the end. Would you like to view more? Yes, it takes you to the next 59 seconds. And after that's done, would you like to view more? It'll take you next to that other one. You can also create choose your own adventure, like learning style. So you can create like that webcam capture and say, okay, today we're gonna talk about atoms. Do you wanna learn about protons? And you point, and you can put a text there that they can click on that takes them to your video on atoms. Do you wanna watch about the nucleus? And you point there, and you can put a text right there that takes them to the nucleus. So you can create kind of like a table of contents as a video, and they can point to what they want to learn more about, rather than having to watch your entire lesson and waiting for that point. And the way you would do that is you'd already edit your video. You'd already done, and you click Create Video. Okay? And then to add the clickable annotations, you go to your video manager. So we've already recorded the video. We've already split it up into 59 seconds. And then we go to our video manager. So Creator Studio. And this is our video manager right here. And it lists all the videos that you've made, all the videos that you've edited. Everything's there. And all you do under Edit, you click on Annotations. And then add an annotation, or you can edit an existing annotation that you've already placed in during the editing process. So if I add an annotation, let's say I do a speech bubble. There it is. There's the speech bubble. You can place it wherever you want. So if you're talking, you can point to it and you type in, let's say atoms. You can make it a little bit bigger. You can change the color from either white or black, depending on the background, or you can change the color over here of the actual speech bubble itself. You could change the font size, and then you click on link, and you can link it to any video on YouTube. You can be like, video you should watch here. There's another video that you should watch here. So you can create this nice little thing for your unit or for that lesson of the videos that you've handpicked on YouTube that would be best viewed. And all that's done through annotations. And you can either choose to have the link open up the video in a new window or to open it up on the same window, next one over. YouTube has not yet allowed a link to an external website yet. They want to keep everybody on YouTube. They don't want people to click on it, go off, and then now they're not watching YouTube stuff. So there's no external links at this moment, but hopefully they'll be changing that, especially for educators. Because I would like to say, after you watch this video, click here to finish the assignment. It takes them right to the web page where the assignment is. This is one of the most underutilized functions on YouTube. I just got back from Austin, Texas, because I was accepted into the Google Teacher Academy. And in your application, you have to make a 1-minute video. That's very difficult, putting in why you should be accepted in a 1-minute video. I found out when I got there, somebody actually did this. They made a 1-minute video. But then they said, if you'd like to know more about my teaching style, click here. If you'd like to know more about this, click here. So he actually made a 15-minute video, right? Because he gave the option for the people to go and click and view more. He sent in the 1 minute that was requested, but he gave the option to click on more. I was like, that was an ingenious idea. Because I asked all the people that selected us, I go, did you actually watch the rest? They go, yeah. Because he gave us the option to go watch the rest. So just imagine our students. I don't want to learn any more about neutrons, but I really need to know more about electrons. Click on it. Boom. Now they're taken directly there. So this is a huge game changer, especially with the new 59-second data research that we've been gathering in as educators. For some reason, when you hit that 1-minute mark, people will not watch the rest. But 59 seconds, you got it for some reason. Okay, so this is how you can totally change up from just teaching in class to semi-flipping your classroom. Because now, once all these are recorded and they're done. And now next year's students can view them and preview them. And I send out an email at the beginning of every single year to my parents. I go, hey, we haven't met yet, but if you would like your students to get a head start on the class, because the very first unit we have is on speed and acceleration, and there's lots of math, and that's the most difficult section we have. I say, get them started now. Watch these videos on my website, complete these practice problems that are on my website, and they get a good head start. Which also gives me a chance to see which students will do that kind of thing. So I kind of understand the kind of kids I'm getting in and the kind of parents that listen. So it helps me do a little bit of research on the incoming kids as well. But very, very powerful. Creating an archive of your learning is great. Plus, if you create an archive and I go, I want to see how she's teaching in class. She teaches the same science subject as me. I want to see what she's doing. I can view your teaching style. I go, wow, I like the way that she teaches. I like the way that she's explaining this. It helps us. It'll help us become better teachers. An archived site of all teachers teaching, I mean, it'll just increase our community even more the more that we get into this and the more that we understand how to do this. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity for us. Also, we also have kids at our school that will say they want to leave this teacher's class because they don't teach the way that I want them to teach. And parents will actually say that. My kid can't learn in that teacher's class. We want them to move into this class. Now our administrators can say, well, now you can go to Mr. Marquez's website and watch his lesson on that. You don't have to physically be in his classroom, so now we don't switch schedules anymore. Now if they want to view a teacher, we point them to their website, and now they can view that. And that's how they can get a different teaching style that way. So there's 5 minutes left of this session, and then I know everybody's getting hungry. I know I am. Lunch, it's barbecue today, so it's going to be good. But does anybody have any questions, comments, pathways on how things should be implemented or how I do things?
Can you show real quick how to download that?
Oh yeah, thank you. So as owner of the video, you just go in and you can download it yourself. But let's say you want to download from another what's this? So on YouTube, let's say I want to download something on Adams. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, I haven't seen that one before. That looks nice. 2 weeks ago. Okay, and by the way, another thing that I hate is the ads, right? When we download this, there'll be no ads. It's straight up just the video. So skip the ad. Here is the trick. Normally, you'd have to download a program that would extract it for you. No longer. This is the super secret way to download any YouTube video. You go up to the Y in YouTube, right before the Y. And since this is super secret, we type SS. And then enter. And you're done. It takes you to the website called Save From Net. It finds the best possible quality for you, and it gives you the option of which quality to download. Do you want to download the MP4 in 360, which is good for the internet, or do you want to download an MP4 as a 720, which would be good for larger devices? And you can download this. It goes right into your download folder in your on your computer, and you can then drag and drop it into any folder in your Google Drive. And now your students will have access to this as well. You could download complete collections from somebody, or you can download individually one at a time. So if you're a science teacher, SciShow is a great website. Hank Green does a great job at explaining all things science in chemistry and biology, and he uses cartoons, and it's great. But
so
there's
you go to the site that you want from YouTube. Well, it says YouTube up there. You just put SS
right in front of the Y.
And it'll go to download.
It'll redirect you to this website, and it'll give you the option which quality would you like to download. The difference in quality is not too much on smaller devices, but the bigger you get, you'll see the different particulates pop up. But let's say this one is 25 megabytes, then this one will be about 8. So that's going to be the difference in space. But if you're just going to throw it in your Google Drive, since there's unlimited space for you now, I'd say download the big one. I've talked to my library media specialist, librarian, but they like being called library media specialists. I talked to her and I asked her about our contract with all of our DVDs. Do we have digital rights or just physical rights? And we all have digital rights. So what I've done is I've taken every single one of our DVDs on campus, I've converted them into the MP4 digital and dropped them into a single folder in Google Drive that's shared with all of my science teachers on campus. So now we have access to every single one of our videos that we would normally have to get from the library. Now it's all digital. They have access from home. They have access from here. So that's another thing you could probably do with your Google Drive. And it turns it into a Google video. So the kids can even view it. So if a kid was absent when they watched the video in class, post the video on your website, boom, now the kid has access.
So if we're downloading into our Google Drive to share with our students, and it's copyrighted, we cannot do that, correct?
Okay, if you download this and put it into your Google Drive, okay, you can't now say that that is yours, but if you're just gonna have your students view it, it's perfectly fine. Now, if you start broadcasting it to the world, saying, I'm gonna host this guy's stuff on my website, then that would be copyright.
So I can show it with my students on Google Drive, but I can't put it on my Google site.
You can put it on your Google site as long as it's your teacher site.
It's my teacher's site. That's that anyone with the URL can view it. You have to know the URL. You can't search for it.
Correct. Like for my teacher site, the students have to be logged into their CUSD student. So yeah, so that's
because mine, since it can't be searched, I can put it on there so that because my website is so that they can do it at home.
Correct. So as long as your website is only being accessed by your students and not being pushed out there as you know, I'm the super teacher of the year, visit my website so I can make money, then you'll be fine.
Okay, that is anyone the URL, but you have to get the URL from me.
Correct. Yeah, you'll be the master of the URL.
So I will be fine.
You will be fine. Yes. Now for the videos themselves, like if you get like the DVDs and you convert them to digital, you have to talk with your library teacher on seeing how your school has purchased the DVD and what kind of rights you have. So all of ours, we purchase the DVD, but we also have the digital rights. So any teacher on campus can own a digital copy. And since the folder is only shared with our teachers, it's not copyright infringement. Now, if I shared that folder with just random people, that's copyright infringement. Any other? Oh, let me end the session. And so to end the session, right? So everything that I've done, everything I've shown you, everything I've said has been recorded. And so now that we're done, all I'm going to do is click on